Today I wanted to show you the stencil and lining process for this Panther back piece that I was working on the other day. Back here to the stenciling, and then we'll get to the lining after I show you the stencil process. You can see the little marker ticks on the top of his back where I kind of lined up the stencil before I put on the transfer gel. And I folded up the stencil because I wanted to make sure that I was able to put it on properly, and I find that that works really well. For the upper back, it's kind of easy, but as you get to the lower back where kind of the dip where the spine is, I find it a little bit easier to work with the folded up stencil like this. So I was just making sure that the center of the stencil went into the center of the back first, and then I went out from there, especially for that like sweeping tail shape. I didn't want to mess that up, so I didn't have to redraw it. I didn't really get any crinkles in the stencil, which I was pretty proud of because I feel like backs are kind of easy to get some crinkles in the stencil, and it went on really nice. I always like peeling it off, especially because like thinking back when I first started tattooing, I feel like stenciling something could be a really daunting task and you don't really know how much stencil gel to put on or whatever. So I don't know, I always get proud of clean stencil application. Here I'm using a 14 round shader and Allegory Black. I forget the exact one. I forget, there's two different ones. I'm using one of the Allegory Blacks. I've been using that lately. I like the way that it saturates and heals. It looks really nice. And then this is the Vlad Infinite Liner. I used this setup the whole time and it worked really well. We wanted some nice thick lines for this American traditional piece. My client said that his shoulder, as soon as we started, it just felt like a normal tattoo, which I was happy. And then as soon as we started going over towards the spine, it started to get sensitive for him. The back could be one of those sensitive places, and he was struggling a little bit towards the middle/end of the session, but he trucked through it like a champ, like I knew he would. But I'm really excited to get to the second sitting of this when we start shading this in, and also we're going to be putting background and then also different elements to frame out his back, like around his shoulders and his lower back as well. We're not too sure what we're doing just yet, so as of right now we're just doing the Panther. But yeah, that's today's session. I'm going to put some music in the background for you guys to listen to. And before I let you go, I'm going to do a quick shameless plug of my Flash book, Raw to Refined. I appreciate everybody that bought it. It's sold out, and I just got restocked. I have a couple ready to go. You can go to tylernicholasart.com. It's 108 pages of tattoo-ready line work that you can just have your client flip through, keep the book on the counter, and you can just print out the stencils and tattoo people with the designs. There's a lot of fun, goofy gap fillers to medium-sized tattoos to some larger-sized stuff as well. So if you want it, if you're outside of the US, actually, I have a digital version, or even if you're inside of the US, you can have a digital version as well. It's a little bit cheaper. I personally would prefer a physical book. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking about that. I'm not trying to sell you too much on it. But enjoy the rest of the video, and I'm going to try to keep you updated with this larger project as we finish it. I think his next sitting is in December. And then also, I don't know if you guys saw one of my last videos. It was a colossal squid leg piece. Actually, tomorrow I'm going to be working on that, and hopefully within the next week or two, I'll put a video out about our next sitting on that. So I think with my larger pieces, I want to do this to where I break them down a little bit and show you guys what I've been working on. So, all right, I'm going to stop talking now. Have a good day, guys. Bye.
The bird is on, fresh is, Make you refresh.